All right, hello and welcome everyone to Cybercast Episode 64, the Transformer Video Podcast. I am Josh, also known as G1 Hextron. I am joined with Jaim, also known as Victory Saber 77, and filling in for Dakota, PrimalSabbath, is Chris from Optimus Bear Game or Bear Prime Games or
Uh-huh.
what? Okay, I did not really sure which one you went for. I knew it used to be Optimus Bear Prime, so I just want to make sure that I got everything right. But as far as today goes, we're going to be talking about some Hasbro Takara stuff. Then we're going to jump into the third-party and add-on news. Then I guess our little topic for this evening is, are third parties overextending themselves? So we'll go into more detail on that a little bit later on. As far as next episode is going to be kind of our pre-BotCon. So we're going to be. Last year we gave some tips on stuff that you should know whenever you go to BotCon, or maybe how to save some money and how to kind of like a little bit of will and deal with the dealers, because they will deal with you, and just smart things to do. You know, bring in water or empty bottle and stuff like that. So we'll get more into that on next week. I think it's next week. It's the week prior and after that we're going to be having the owner of Captured Prey, Orsonon or Sidecutter. So I'll have to get with Dakota on that because he's the one that set that up. But I think that's what he told me. So if you want to ask him questions, or you have questions that you already know you want to ask him, then I haven't started it yet, but someone can start up a topic under general discussion in our forum section, and we'll make sure that we cover all those things. Or you can just ask live during the show, and we'll cover them there. But one of my co-hosts here, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself, James?
I'm Jaim, Victory Saber 77. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter, Victory Saber 77. And I'm also the host of the Aftercast, so if you want to be on, it's on at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Just make sure that you are a member on our website at www.cybercastnetwork.com. It's free, and be a subscriber. So there you go.
Chris?
You can find me Barrett Prime Games on YouTube and Facebook, and just if you can't find me, just type in World of Tanks News and I'm through there. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I do on the gaming side. So, hi.
Awesome. All right, and as far as myself, you can find me G1 Hextron on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, which I've been posting like a photo every day on Instagram, all Transformer related. Like, I'm not taking pictures of my food or anything like that, which has always kind of puzzled me. I've never really figured that out when people would take pictures of their food, but yeah, it's all Transformer related. If you want to follow me on any of those locations, or you can like my Facebook page, the G1 Hextron. Someone took G1 Hextron, so not really sure who that is. They're an imposter, though. As far as our community, you can always sign up for a free membership at cybercastnetwork.com. It's absolutely free. Everything we're going to be discussing today is going to be located on that channel. And if you feel like you want to get your input in there, you can always leave it in our comments here. We stream this live and we answer questions live as well. Or you can always go to the forum section. You can also follow us on Twitter at CybercastNet, like our Facebook page, Cybercast Network, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cybercast Network, just because if you're interested in seeing any of our BotCon footage, it's going to be located on Cybercast Network's YouTube channel. Also, Dakota is at A-Con, which is one of the largest anime cons. He's there this weekend. I'm going to be going there tomorrow, so any footage that we get from that, it's going to be uploaded to that channel as well. And let's see, we also do a topic show on that channel. What is it? Every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, or
Yes.
sometimes at 7.
Sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's called Wednesday
6:30.
night, but yeah, it's on Tuesday, 6:30.
Yeah,
So,
not to confuse people, but I think it's 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So
yeah.
you can check us out there, and we usually have a good topic, and we just kind of roundtable discussion on that. So we'll jump into any hauls. So I guess we'll start off with Chris here, man. Get any hauls this week, or anything that you're really looking forward to?
Well, I finally managed to finish off Energon Devastator, so I'm now 6 or 7. I'm now 7 figures away from completing the whole Energon cast toy line, so it's like, yes, awesome.
Wow.
Behore's, well, I'm gonna have to re-buy MP10 now that he's basically mangled up to formed. But things to buy, I'm pretty much it's just things in like pre-order, like the not the Boosicus, what's it called? For Bruticus upgrade, but it's like an onslaught figure.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That one anyway. The yeah, that's what I said. It's basically that figure I'm looking after, and pretty much whatever I fancy, but nothing like too shiny at the moment. But yeah,
Shiny.
shiny.
Like shiny.
All right, Jaim.
Hauls for me, I picked up the 2001 Tigatron BotCon exclusive. I just picked up Primal Prime, which I got today. I just picked up Cryotech, NK Dinobot, some Dinobots from the movie line.
Nice.
And I got the San Diego Comic-Con Boba Fett with Carbonite Han Solo. So, and some Turtles, Nick Turtle stuff. So there we go. That's what I got this week. BotCon money is just going out the window.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's really hard to just because going to A-Con, going to BotCon, trying to save the stuff up. It's a struggle, man. But as far as myself, Jaim picked up the Cockroach Terminator from the Nick Turtles line, so been looking for that thing for like 3 months, and it is just not found in stores. And I've had several people looking for me. Jaim was fortunate enough to find it for me, so gonna have that, which is awesome. Not that I was just like dying to have the figure. I thought it was just really cool. It's just that's the only one I need to complete the line, to this point. So I was one that I was looking forward to, and been wanting for some time now. Also picked up, Tailgate from the Generations Legends series, and also Shrapnel, whatever you want to call him. I also bought, just because I have the Abominus, G1 Abominus, in G1, or as far as Helminus Combined mode, complete that way. But I didn't have any of his small weapons, and that's why I never did a review on them, just because whenever I do one, I want to make sure I have every little bitty piece.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up finding one for like $65, and it was, the G1, all the weapons combined, everything tight, and also it had the original stickers still in their plastic little baggies for like $65. I was like, looking online, I was like, dude, all the little bitty individual weapons, just for the little weapons, were like $60 on eBay for the like lowest price shipped. And I was like, and this comes with stickers, which I was going to have to get rep labels anyway. So I was like, I'm pretty much, getting the combined mode for free here. So I'm just going to take that, and then I'll just sell mine that I have, and I'm sure I can get like $50-$60 out of it. So I was like, so it's kind of a wash there, a little bit of an exchange. So I get those weapons finally. Trying to grab the Computron, but he was asking a little too much for that. So. And I think that's it this week. I'm not really sure. I never keep up with the stuff. I'm bad with it. But have you seen that new the craze on the internet, LeBroning? It's basically Chris. I don't know how much you watch the NBA basketball or anything like that overseas, but in the NBA we had the finals, which is basically kind of like the championship. The last two teams are remaining.
All right.
And you have one of the superstars, LeBron James. Well, the AC went out in one of the stadiums on game one, and he said he started cramping up, and he was just, it was, because I'm a Laker fan, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, and the dude tore his Achilles, got up, shot his free throws, and walked off on his own free will, tearing his Achilles. And LeBron got cramps and just fell to the ground in agony. You thought someone just like he stepped on a landmine, and he's just screaming in agony, and like had these players carrying him off the court. So now everyone's doing these pictures and put them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, to where they're calling it LeBroning, to where it's two people carrying someone off. And I've got my own Transformers Masterpiece version here of LeBroning. Sideswipe is. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw that picture, but that's basically what it is, or the craze here in America right now. So
That's pretty awesome.
I do. If give me 1 second here. I did not pull the comments up for myself, so I can't see.
I got him. Dalton's joining us right now. He just got off work, so cool, Dalton. Thanks for joining us again.
All right, let me add that. Just a lot of stuff happened before the Cybercast was able to start, so did not get all that set up, so I apologize. All right, but we will go ahead and get a little bit of screen sharing to do and show a few things off, and then we'll get into the Transformer news and the topic. First thing, if you guys are interested, just go take a look. You might find something you like, you might not. But basically, I have an eBay page. I have listed several things up there. 23 went live today. They are all bidding. Wasn't trying to overcharge for ship or anything. I think that most of the stuff is pretty low for what it is. I am going to be posting a lot more Transformers next Saturday as well. So, but it's all a week-long auction. If you guys want to go check it out, my eBay page is G1 Hextron. So, just trying to get a few funds for BotCon and stuff like that. So, all right, and getting into the collection side of our forums. This is by Seabrut79, I believe is how you say the name there. If you want to be featured on the Cybercast 1 week and kind of show off your collection, then you can go to the forum section under community and collections. Just start a new topic, put your name in there, like he did here, Seabrut79's collection, and just start posting the pictures. If you're curious on how to post the pictures, there's a video on Cybercast Network but Cybercast Network's YouTube channel, to where I go and walk through and show you how to post those pictures, because some people were a little confused, so it just kind of helps them out. It's a little quick video there. But starting off here, he's starting off with the good stuff, man. The G1. So he's got quite a few pictures here. We'll take a look at it. But what do you guys think? Pretty nice.
Yeah.
It looks really nice, yeah. Especially the second shot. It's just like, I can't really put into words. It's a really nice set with what he's got there. But that third shot. Oh, he's got some new and old figures on that third shot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the newest masterpiece?
Can't hide this from me. See that guy right there, broadside. Sticks out like a sword. It's got a little bit of everything, So you got a lot of G1. It looks like it goes from season 1 to some of the Japanese stuff. You got some Transformer Prime stuff. You've got some Chug stuff, some Cybertron stuff there. A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Beast Wars.
Oh, what the hell, man? You got Springer in the back. Bring him at the front. Don't do that. That's not fair.
Oh, he's got this Springer way back here, but he's got the GDO one right up here. And Beast Wars, we'll pass over that real quick. Dakota's not on here, so no reason to talk about it. Animated, every time I look at the animated stuff, I'm just like, you know what? I want to start going after this.
Yeah, it's a good line. Fairly inexpensive.
And he's got the Ray Baxton. Looks, he's got a third party down there. What is that? Trace from Toy World. More Chug stuff.
I love that Cybertron Vector Prime. He's so amazing. Same as saying that Generations Metroplex. You put like a Sharpie on them. Oh, it transforms it completely, a million times better. It takes hours to do it, but it's worth it.
See, I was hoping that the Dakota was on, because I was going to be like, Dakota, do you know what these are? Do you know what these are from? But Chris, I'll ask you, do you know what these 4 figures are? Or what toy line?
I do recognize them. Some things, I know it's probably going to be something from my childhood, but I definitely recognize that guy on the far left. He looks
This
very
guy.
familiar.
All right, these were Centurions.
Yes. Yeah.
Jaim has several videos up on them. And do you know what these are down here?
No idea. They don't look like they transform.
Oh,
They do. It's from a toy line called Mask.
Oh, Mask! Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
We're still gonna bring that up for Dakota. So I just want to challenge him and see if he recognizes any of that stuff.
Nice head.
All right. Also, guys, just letting you know that we do have up in the forums under general discussion, Cybercast, Aftercast, CC, and show topic ideas. So if you got a topic idea, something you want to hear us discuss on the Cybercast, and kind of just dive deep into, then leave it here. A lot of times, I'll go here each week. I'll see if there's anything that I think that we can actually discuss, and just kind of like a key topic or a point, kind of a bullet point, and we can just dive into it a little bit more. But just kind of like yes/no questions. That's more, I guess, for you guys that are watching live and just want to kind of comment. Then we can answer yes/no questions then. But that's kind of what I wanted this to be. So you can leave your topic ideas there. We are also doing a giveaway. All right, this is our CybercastNetwork.com T-shirt. Got a couple of them left here. But you must be a subscriber to Cybercast Network, G1 Hexatron, PrimalSabbath, Victory-Saber-77. You must be a member of CybercastNetwork.com. That's the one thing that we're lacking a little bit is the members on there. And once we hit 100 members on CybercastNetwork.com, and you're also a subscriber to us, we are going to be doing a drawing, and we will ship this out to you anywhere in the world absolutely free. So you don't have to pay for a single thing. Where is it? Out of screen share for a second. I've got a second contest going on. All the requirements that are left is once we hit 250 members on CybercastNetwork.com, and also 250 members on our YouTube channel, Cybercast Network, I'm going to be giving away. Now, I've had these for a while, and to be honest, I'm ready to get them out of my house. So please hit that goal soon, because I just want to get them out of my house. But I do have Mint Seal Box Generations Rhinox, and I also have Mint Seal Box Generations Whirl that I'll be giving away. Now, since I bought these when they were hard to find in stores. So some people, maybe they've got them by now. But if you want something else, and I forget what these are. These are like $20 a piece or $25 a piece, so like $40, $50. If you already have them and you win and you want something else, I have no problem exchanging it or doing something or whatever. We can kind of work it out, but I will give you the equivalent. So to make it easy. You guys have anything to add before we get into the articles and stuff?
Not really, no.
No? All right, so Dakota's not here to talk about his article, which is Cybercast Countdown to BotCon Part 13, but he is talking about the 2011 set, which is, in my opinion, the best one. That's just what I think. But he puts several things in here. He always covers what was different this year than previous years, and some of the little games or fun things that they had. He put some nice pictures in here. He also talks about the events they had, the guests they had. Let's see. I don't know what all this stuff is. He's got a comic panel, Hasbro toy panel, so all the little panels on there to give you an idea. Basically, it takes you back to if you were there. You can kind of experience it through this article. You also get some nice pictures here, and again, they're the animated figures. And the only thing negative with this is they don't combine into Minosaur, which I thought would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But still, a very cool box set, and this was also the fastest selling box set to date, I believe, as far as BotCon goes. Like, it was like 11 days, and they were sold out.
Yeah.
And here is your attendee freebie. You got Fistatron there from the animated Ironhide mold. You also got a Sideswipe and Toxitron souvenir. Then you also got the Shattered Glass Thundercracker and the Shattered Glass Galvatron, which that was actually from... Those would have went more with, I think, the previous year's box set, but I don't know why they mix them up like this. It doesn't make much sense. Then getting back into your troop builder and to the animated stuff, these were the Auto Troopers, and you can see them right there. And your custom class figure was Minerva, which that's one that I want. I really want that figure so bad.
Yeah. You're going to spend the same amount of money on the G1 getting that one. So
that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just quickly hopping on to that, the whole combiner set. I'm really surprised a third-party company haven't come out and just made like a small add-on kit for you know, to pretty much make it so it is Minosaur or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be kind of hard to interlock it. I mean, you'd have to put a lot of pieces on there to like get them to stay and interlock and all that kind of stuff. But it would be cool if they could. But
it's also limited, so
yeah, true.
they're not going to be able to do, repaints. I guess they could from these original molds, but that's not going to make much sense. Put an Optimus Prime with a Jazz and an RC, and stuff like that as a combiner. But it's limited. They're only going to be able to do one repaint of it. It's not going to be that profitable for them. It's the only thing I can think of, though.
Very true.
Right.
Very true.
Getting into the second article, which is done by Jaim, VictorySaber77, The Legend of Brave, King of Braves, Gal Gaigar Part 4. So, I haven't got a chance to read this yet. It went up last night. So what's up with this, man?
This is the last part of King of Braves, Gal Gaigar, just finishing it up with the villains, which we have a really unique set of villains, starting off with Pastor to the 4 Kings, 4 Machine Kings to the 31 Machine Primevals, all the way to Guy's girlfriend, Zonunda, or whatever her name is called. But it's a really interesting villain core that you don't see in the other Brave series. Very wacky, crazy looking. So, and especially the very end when Guy is actually trying to save his girlfriend, it's one of the most brutal battles I think that I've ever seen in an anime. It's right up there in top 3, top 5. So, but yeah, just finishing it off, and then next week I will be touching on King of Braves Gal Gaigar Final, where we get to see Gal Figar and some other characters. So you have to stay tuned for that. So, not too bad.
All right.
Yeah. I like the fact they don't look like generic or anything. They all look like their own unique persona, if that's the right word.
All right, the next thing, Dakota had some pictures. Apparently, I guess he was one of the first people to get this, so it's pretty much all over the internet. But he took some pictures of the Collector Club freebie Rampage, and so you can see them in box here. We'll just kind of look through these, just a couple of them.
Are you sure you just wasn't taking a picture of the foam and the figures happened to be in the same picture as well?
Probably just worked out for his benefit.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to get that in my hands. Hopefully Monday I will get that figure, but we'll see. But I like the news that's going to happen. We'll probably get into it a little bit later here with that figure right there, Rampage, repainted into another figure.
Well, oh yeah, I do have that pulled up. Yeah.
So
I did do a good job this week. I made sure I got everything, and also for people watching, just the way I always kind of try to set up the news is I leave it to stuff that I watch. For now 64 episodes here, is I watch where we have live viewers. I see where people will start to increase. I see when they stop watching. I look at what you guys comment on. I pay attention to, well, this week got more views than this week. What did we concentrate on more? And I noticed that anytime we talk about Creos, or because there for a while we talked about like Creos, Constructibots, and like things that were more catered to children, and you guys weren't interested in that. You wanted to see the high-end stuff, the more adult collectible stuff. And some of the little add-on kits you don't care about, like the, what is it, MOG, or I don't know what it is, but the little things that are weapons, but you can combine them and they kind of create like a little beast or something like that. I forget what the name is for it, but you guys weren't interested in that, so that's why I don't talk about it. So I want to make sure that we basically just kind of stick to stuff that you'll enjoy, and that's the way that I kind of cater to the news. So. But if there is something that we don't ever talk about, and you're just a huge Creo fan, and a lot of you guys want to see that, then let me know, and I'll start talking about it. So, but getting into the Hasbro news here, San Diego Comic-Con 2014 exclusive Knights of Unicron. This is like way out of left field.
Yeah, I thought this was a joke at first when I saw it.
Performing September 17th, 1984.
Bring back the hairband.
One night only, sold out. So this is what your box set's going to look like. It looks like you're going to get these, which kind of resembles like a record here. I don't know if it's going to actually be a record. Cool. The box is going to be like this stereo system, or the amp here. You're going to get some posters. And we'll take a look at the first one here, Megatron, and he's got a zebra bow tie. He's got this crazy paint job, and he's got this wild hair here. I thought, if I didn't see the box and get a little bit more confirmation, I would have thought these were just customs, to be honest.
Yeah.
And look at the little guys here. Like I'm just gonna call him Laserbeak. I don't know who he's supposed to be.
It is Laserbeak.
He actually turns into the guitar.
Yeah.
Okay, he turns into the guitar, which is crazy.
Yeah. They were part of the animated series with Soundwave and Sound Blaster. It was Laserbeak and Ratbat. So, but it works perfectly for this band. So.
It's just so random. I mean, creativity. I mean, for aesthetic and what's the word? Whatever it is. But yeah, point being, it's like this is just so, like you said, left field. But creativity-wise, I mean, yeah.
Soundwave is the only one that's kind of staying a little true to what he actually looks like. I mean, he does have a microphone for, I guess, a weapon or just to sing, and he's got a mohawk and this little thing tied up to his arm here. But other than that, he's kind of normal. Now you get into Optimus Prime, which is just he looks like the Ultimate Warrior with these like things on his arms, and he's got some Albert Einstein hair here. He's got a microphone as well. They were just, I guess they were just left over with all these spare Fall of Cybertron figures, and they were just like, we got to do something with them. Then Jazz, this is, I mean, if this is, it's got to be all paint, or not all of it, because I mean, it's obviously going to be molded in one color with him, more than likely blue, but all that white and green and stuff like that, that's all got to be paint. I like the Ratbat, how it, turns into his keyboard guitar thing or whatever.
Love
It
that
actually looks a lot better than the original Jazz here. What we got for the line, but just crazy.
Yeah.
For the right price, I mean, I'm not like, how do we? I don't even know what kind of music to put that into, but whatever it is like I don't mind it. It's something like out of, I don't know, like a Kiss reunion or something. But I mean, yeah,
This is like
Paired
Guns
with
N' Roses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Guns N' Roses. Didn't even think about that. I mean, I might, depending on the price.
Yeah, I've seen these on eBay actually, and they're going for pre-order for like around $350 to like $400. That box set. It's like, wow.
Just completely
Really?
forget the last like 30 seconds, a minute to what I just said.
That's crazy. All right, now the BotCon 2014 Scorponok. Get a few more pictures here, and you know how I've been kind of raving about, like, I just want the head. After seeing these close-up pictures of Zarek, I kind of don't care for the head anymore.
Yeah.
I just want a third-party company to make it. So there he is. You show him that he can sit in there. He did that on the G1. But look at this guy. I mean, just look at the face. Where's the detail? It seems so lacking. I don't know. Do you kind of see that? It just doesn't look that great. You know, especially whenever I look at my G1 headmasters, they're all beautifully sculpted. It's not.
Same as the Energon one, though. I mean, well, as memory serves correct anyway, if it serves anything. I don't think that was even half. Well, yeah, that was pretty much half-hearted. It wasn't all that, to be honest. Pretty much everything just goes into the headmaster mold and not the actual, the figure itself. But I mean, look at that. That just looks like really cheaply made, especially that visor. It's like some type of Play-Doh or something.
That's what I was thinking. And then you look here on the inside here. This is gray. It's not painted orange. I mean, these are exclusives. Like, besides the head here, it's majority of the stuff. I know Dakota doesn't like it when I say this, but they're just repainted Generations figures or repainted something. They're not their own actual character or figure.
Yeah.
They're repaints. So whenever they're not original. So whenever you give us something that is, and this is for collectors, so you're supposed to be that high dollar item, you can't cut corners like this. Looking at this close up, I'm just like, dude, there's a lot of corners cut here. And, part of me was like, well, maybe this is not final, but how can it not be final? I mean, BotCon's in 2 weeks. Yeah. How can it not be final? These pictures just came up this week.
Yeah.
They're not still making changes. This is final. So
true, but I think once you have it in hand and stick it on a G1 Scorponok, it may look better. You don't know. On its own, maybe it doesn't look as good, even on, the Energon molded Scorponok, but put it on a G1 Scorponok, maybe you might, consider it.
One thing that's putting me off. One thing that's putting me off about that paint is that green looks really, really bright for my taste, and whether it's lighting effect or Photoshop or whatever, I doubt it's Photoshop, but yeah, I'm not liking the green. I really wish it was
almost like a yellow green.
Yeah.
It's almost like a yellow green there. So there's the last picture of him. One funny comment that I'll bring up here. Punk Wally says, there's something special about a figure that makes Josh and Dakota so very butthurt. So.
Gosh.
All right, now getting into some more BotCon stuff. I'm not really going to call this spoilers just because of the fact, BotCon's 2 weeks away, and we talk about the news on here. We talk about stuff that like sometimes don't even get released for like a year. So I guess everything we talk about is spoilers, so I don't really feel I need to say that. But it's kind of a rumor here, but it's almost kind of like a confirmed thing because, we're looking at this as obviously not a custom. More than likely, their souvenir figure, Flame War.
Yeah.
Which is done with the Beast Wars, or Beast Hunter, not Beast Wars, but Beast Hunters RC, and I think it was a perfect choice. because you get the crossbow, with her and everything.
Yeah.
You get flame brawl and.
I mean, we have to remember that the souvenir sets are going to be homages to BotCon, 20th being the 20th anniversary of BotCon. The box set was to, do some homages to promote the 30th anniversary. So this makes sense. I mean, Flame War here was from the 2005 BotCon set. She was a free attendee that year, even though she didn't. They actually used her in 2006, I believe, when they ran out of the free Tigatron. They gave away this gal, but cool character. I like it. I mean, it's really cool, but I don't like the fact that they're using the Beast Hunters RC. I mean, if that's the case, then they really could have used that Beast Hunters, Voyager class Optimus Prime for Jinrai.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of odd, but whatever, it works. But I do like the paint apps. I like the bike mode. I mean, that bike looks really sweet.
Yeah, that's the main draw here. I was thinking, I was like, you know what? You really did a good job on the bike mode here.
So we'll probably end up getting Chromia and Flare Up, the other two that were released in the 2005 box set also. So.
Well, to kind of bring that up, the other leaks or souvenir figures. You have the Prime RID Thundertron, which will be Alpha Trion 3H style.
That's cool.
The Prime RID Viacon and Jet Viacon as Pounce and Wingspan. I thought they would have served better as Autobot clones, to be honest, because the Autobot clones are one's a race car, the other one is a jet, so that makes a little bit more sense where Pounce and Wingspan are like a hawk and a puma, you know. So. But whatever. Maybe they didn't have enough Decepticons or something. Then you have you got the Prime RID RC, so you're gonna get her again as Flare Up and Flame War. Or wait, we're looking at Flame War, but Flare Up and Club Rampage, which is the Transformer Prime Megatron that we just looked at repaint as Shockeract.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's interesting.
And last one, Cybertron Primal as Ape Link.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, Ape Link would be nice. It goes along with that Shockeract. But
so, other than the box set, obviously, what's the one figure or a pair of figures, if you're talking about the the Pounce and the Wingspan one, that you think is going to be like when we look back 3 years, from whatever 3 years from now, that is like that one figure that was the Alpha Trion, from years back, that was just like the one figure that everyone went crazy for and is paying crazy money for. What do you think that souvenir figure is for this?
I mean, maybe Alpha Trion again. I mean, how many Alpha Trions have we got? So maybe that. But really, if you're gonna go off the whole perspective of taking him out and looking over like past till now, I mean, this. If anyone wants to Google Flame War like from Beast Wars and look pretty much at that, and then look at this toy. I mean, this is you can't get better than this. I mean, I have no real big connection with Beast Wars. I am seriously expecting someone to snipe me from behind from saying that, so I gotta say this quick. But I have no real attachment to this. But looking from past or present, I mean, this looks majorly better in every way, shape, and form. You've got the intervention is amazing, the paint job is amazing, and the use of the mold as well. Sublime, really sublime.
See, I'm going with Alpha Trion. We've been waiting for a 3H for Primal Prime, who has, he communes with the Alpha Lion in a way, because he's got the whole lion motif for Alpha Trion.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a really nice one. I mean, everything's, being an homage to like Alpha Trion coming from the 07 set. These guys coming from the 05. We have Shockerette from the 2000. Ape Link from 2000 also. It's, I don't really care for the clones, I
Neither,
do
but
like the.
I think that they're going to be the one.
You think they're going to be the one?
It's always something crazy like that, though. If you look back a couple years ago, it was the little Rainmakers, to where everybody was like, at that point, kind of sick of the classic Seekers.
Yeah.
And then it was like those were the money grabber, of the year. To where if you had those and were willing to resell them, I mean, you can make like $200+ profit,
True.
just on those three figures. And it was just something so simple. And I just kind of think that it was because people kind of just really liked the mold, and they ended up buying all kinds of versions of it. The Viacons, a lot of people out there don't have the Jet Viacon, and then you have the regular Viacon from Transformer Prime. Those are kind of some of the best figures from the Transformer Prime line. That I think that those will sell anyway, and their repaints and finally getting a pounce and wingspan. I think that'll be the big seller.
The
Yeah, I
fandom
think
are just so
it'll be the other
random as well. You can never really call, like, I mean, we can have a guess. I mean, after the whole thing with KFC, with the scale of like whether it should be masterpiece or chug size. I mean, after that, who really knows? It can just be completely random. But
I do hope that they do lower the price for the originals. So if you want to go back and like track down those 2005 Chromia, Flare Up, Flame War, that you can get them for a cheaper price. And
Yeah,
same with the Alpha Trion or Shockerette. I mean, Shockerette, I was going to buy a Shockerette for around $150, but that thing is notorious for flaking because of the vacuum blue metal on it. So now, getting this version might be even better, so I don't have to worry about that. So.
And to help out with that 2005 Alpha Trion going down in price, you also are going to have the Takara repaint of Generation Scourge repainted as Alphatron as well.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have three of them out there, that are actually transformable, not Chogokin figures. So. All right, we'll move on to the third-party stuff, and Warbatron has announced they're coming out with their third combiner here. This is WB03. They're not Computron. I thought this was kind of funny because they obviously have the Bruticus out there as their WB01, and WB02 was supposed to be Minosaur, but now you see Make Toys finally like, all right, we're coming out with our Computron. Now Warbatron's like, get it out there.
bit late reaction, but it'll do.
But you guys kind of, it looks like the third-party companies, that's kind of what they do, is you're coming out with this? Oh, like, everybody, we got to get on that. We got to get that Computron money, where no one would listen to us a year or two ago and give this to us. But
the Computron looks horrible. I mean, I'm looking at that, who's that supposed to be? Strafe's crotch area where the knee joint or the elbow joint is?
Yeah, right here. That's the strafe.
It's like, okay, interesting.
Something's telling me that that's got a really weak left arm because they haven't showed it whatsoever of posing the arm sort of like bent. And it's the exact same thing with Bruticus, is where people showed like, or even like the transformation, they've like lifted up the elbow and tiny bit of pressure, it'll just drop. And how they've manipulated, can't say the word, screw it, how they've used the joints and everything, it's not actually holding its own weight. It's just posed as if like, yeah, I can do this, but I don't know. I think we'll have to wait and see whether that joint's going to hold up, because that's a lot of weight, and it just doesn't look like. I've never seen any picture of this prototype or the Bruticus with even the arms without weapons just held up straight.
And I do have a couple comparisons here with the these are obviously the prototype ones, but the Make Toys Quantron, or their version of Computron, and I like the Make Toys version a lot better. Just all the designs of the individual figures look like there was just a lot more thought put into it. And the combine mode, I think, looks better as well. I mean, whenever you look over here at Lightspeed, this is just it doesn't look like a Lightspeed. If you just had the car over by itself, I wouldn't look at it and be like, oh, that's obviously Lightspeed. Like I might be like, is it Groove or not Groove, but Streetwise? I wouldn't be able to tell. Just a prototype stage, so.
It's the thighs as well. They look a bit. They're skinnier than the actual calf muscles. Well, there's obviously not muscles, but they look skinnier than the calves. It looks a bit iffy. Doesn't look right.
The torso and the head just look too small for that entire combined mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
All right, we'll move on.
Real quick, comments here.
Okay.
We have Random Man saying Chris. I don't know. Don't know what that is. But Dalton saying if we can get the 3H Alpha Trion, then we need 3H Transmetal 2 Megatron and DevCon. True. Prime Matrix 1986 says one thing RC is already blue. If there was to be a Chromia, it would basically be the same thing as a normal RC. Yeah. Yep. Or we could just put RC back into our pink. The Energon Scorponok, this is from Dalton. The Energon Scorponok never had a headmaster. This is a repainted, retooled Spike from Fort Max. Dex says, I think the Optimus Prime from the BotCon set was an homage to David Lee Roth, especially with doing the flying splits. And Charles is looking forward to getting Gal Gaigar at the end of the week. Right.
Oh, sweet, man.
As far as the anime. Not the toy, probably.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about the toy.
So, there we go.
All right, so this is going to be kind of a rumor at this point, and we never really bring up rumors, especially when we don't even know the name of the third-party company that is going to be coming out with it. But this actually came from a friend of mine on Facebook, and it's someone that like. Every time he says like this is what is going to be coming out, then it's pretty legit, and more than likely is going to happen. So since I trust the source that it came from, that's why I'm bringing it to you guys. And as we get more, I'll fill you more in. But just a possible new third-party Blitzwing, and I think from what I read, I didn't put it on here, or maybe I did put it at the end. Did I? No. It's going to be like a Voyager size here. So.
Oh, cool.
I can kind of see a few of the little details there.
It reminds me of the. Is it Time Force? Yeah, it's probably Time Force. Actually, yeah. In fact, it is. It's a Time Force Megazord where it goes in like its plane mode, and you like put them all together from the front view. It's like how we saw like proportion-wise and whatnot. It kind of looks like that. But then, well, saying that, you look at the side now, it doesn't.
You can obviously see the tank treads and stuff like that up underneath, and really does resemble Blitzwing. Curious to see how that all plays out whenever it's not just a little mock-up like this. So.
Be curious to see what the robot looks like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to whiz around in my head as like how it could actually transform, and I honestly can't think of it.
Now we have the Mecha Ideas Techno Toon Titans, and these are, it says, shown in mold test only. A noted change is robot's bicep color will be altered to gray, kind of silver. So instead of the dark blue that you see here, that's actually going to be like a gray or silver. And the same thing with here.
Pretty much, that's my view on it.
yeah, not really digging these things too much, but the robot modes are pretty good.
The robot modes look quite fun. I mean, for the animated sort of fan, it's like, yeah, I get your attachment with it, but from the whole animated like line, there's only certain things that I was willing to say, yeah, that worked to flop. I mean, personal opinion, I mean, doesn't matter that much, but that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm not really attached to it. I think it's too cartoony, if you know what I mean. If they did it in like Mario and Luigi colors, I mean, I jump straight on it. Absolutely.
It's supposed to be for the animated line, so it's supposed to be kind of cartoony. But for those fans that wanted them, I mean, it's good for them. It's going to be one of those acquired taste things. You have the Toy World, TWTO4 and TO5, or these are mislabeled here. So whoever put that on there, because this is not a 06. But this is going to basically be your new Gold Bug, and I'm not really sure which one this is going to be. Is it Wide Load? I can't think of his name at the moment. But basically, you're not Gold Bug. This is what he's going to look like in robot mode, and you know what? That doesn't look too bad. I like the head sculpt on it. It's quite nice.
Well, it's certainly different. I really like the way they've done the legs. I haven't seen anything like that really before.
Yeah. Looks okay.
Not enough for me to go out and buy them all. So.
Yeah.
But not too bad. All right, getting in. Oh, go ahead.
They're just better than the original G1 Throttlebots, but that's not saying much. So,
oh man, don't hate on those little guys. They got pullback feature. Now you get to Shapeshift Inc., kind of their world's smallest transformer, the Follow Cybertron Seekers. And we get to see this guy transformed in both modes. These are shaping up to be some pretty cool looking little figures.
I'm already on board with them. I mean, that looks so nice. It's kind of like the proportions from the game, which you wanted in your deluxe figures, but because of how it would plan out, it's like you look at, say, Grimlock in the game, it's like how everything is so beefy. Toy version, you couldn't possibly get that to do. Even like Planet X, they only just managed to get it that kind of look in like the forearms or like legs with Swoop. But this, because it's like scaled down quite a lot, I mean, everything, it does work, and that gun as well implemented in the arm, so it looks like it's just one kind of arm unit. Really, really digging that.
Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, it'll go great with the Generations Metroplex if you have it.
Oh, yeah.
As far as scale and all that.
And another thing that I thought was kind of cool about this is they didn't just, scan, the deluxe figure and just say, oh, we're going to measure it down and, put our name on it, just because all we did was use our 3D printer and scan it, measure it down to where it's kind of, they've added a few of their own designs. I mean, a lot of it is taken from the Hasbro car version, but a lot of this is their own design, which I think is nice. So
looks more true to the game, personally, from what I can see.
All right, now we'll get into their other project, Shapeshift Inc. They're not world's smallest transformer. Follow Cybertron Ironhide. These are the early productions test for these guys, so you can kind of see him in his, I don't know if you'd necessarily call it a van, but his kind of a truck mode or whatever. And you can see him also in his robot mode.
Oh, that looks so nice.
That looks really nice. I would just wish it was scaled bigger, just to go with the other Transformers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good.
Well, on a side note, friend of the guy on Facebook and said that depending on how these sell and depending on the feedback from fans, they would consider, they're not saying yes or no yet, but they would consider doing normal size figures, like deluxes and Voyagers and stuff like that.
That would be great.
So they're a new third-party company. Those two things, this and this, are going to be their first products. I think these are actually going to be coming in a 2-pack. Is how they're going to sell them. I forgot what the price was. But I believe these are going to be coming in a 2-pack. And, if you like them, you want to support them, you let them know. You'd like to get, hey, I really love this figure. I'd like to get Ironhide as a Voyager and, whatever. So
yeah,
they plan on coming out with several of the other ones, all in kind of a world's smallest size. So
if that's the case, I'm backing these guys instantly. And these as well.
Here you have the Optimus Prime, our Convoy, and you also have Black Convoy, and you also have Ultra Magnus, these transforming pins, and now you can see them in color, and they just look really good. I gotta keep on reminding myself it's a pin, though.
But they make it look so good. I mean, some of the deluxe size figures that we get of Optimus Prime doesn't even look this good. I mean, it's like, wow. And at this size, this scale, I mean, it's like.
And this guy's superposable as well. So.
Yeah.
So not only does he, help your mental state of, transforming things and keep you kind of, in the mood for working things out, but he's also really helpful. He'll help you through your exams. So
yeah,
Optimus Prime there, whilst you're getting your SATs or GCSEs, depending on where you're from. He'll be by your side, day in, day out.
Help you write those checks to buy more Transformer toys and stuff like that.
And the Nemesis here, or Black Convoy. Now, the Ultra Magnus is supposed to be a Hobby Link Japan exclusive, but I saw other companies, toy stores, that they're going to be carrying it as well. So I guess that they're just buying it from them in bulk or something, and they're getting them shipped over or whatever. But this, from what I heard, originally the Ultra Magnus was going to be a Hobby Link Japan exclusive. But I'm just going to go through these. I have pictures of all of them.
Huh.
It's just a through and through, just really clever idea. I mean, who would have thought of even remotely just make, I know, let's just sit down. What should we make a new toy? Oh, let's transform into a pen. And you might think, that's going to be one icky transformation, but it's streamlined and it serves its purpose. I mean, it doesn't look ugly. It looks pretty appealing.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you don't get an ink link. Or
look at that
link
movability in it, though.
But where's the actual tip of the pin? Where does it go? I mean, I don't see it in any of the robot pictures. Like, it tucks away pretty well there. That you don't even realize that it is a pin.
Might slide out or something like that. Okay, so here you have it with the feet. Okay, like this section right there, and
it slides into the leg.
Yeah, when these two feet fold over and connect together, it looks like that would hold the pin. So it looks like it might come out.
Okay. And
the pin would be about, from the tip to maybe like right about here or maybe here. So it's not going to be fully extended here, but from here to here. I just think that it's cool that to finally get a novelty item for Transformers that you can actually use every day if you wanted to. Like you got the Mega Byte or whatever the thing is, basically the little Sega Megatron. Yeah. I mean, that you're always going to leave that at your house, and you could put it on your shelf, and you might not ever touch it again. But with this, you could actually bring this to work or to school if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't suggest transforming it all the time and stuff like that. You'll probably get it taken up at school, but just it's something that you could actually use for a novelty item, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, like they did with the Ravage back in the day, the USB little memory stick.
Oh yeah,
also.
Yeah, that little USB Ravage that you could actually transform it, or it actually can be used as the USB or little data stick. I think that was awesome. All right,
real quick, a couple of comments, real quick here. Robert Reeve says, "I love the Flame War. I wish that was retail figure because we got only a Cyberverse Flame War from the Transformers Prime." True. Dalton says, "I'll stick to the Make Toys Computron, loving the posable or the possible third-party Blitzwing." So, yeah, Blitzwing, and then we have that Astro Train also. So we're getting our triple changer kind of fixed there for the Decepticons at least. But, ooh, this is cool.
Yeah, the KFC Cincho Barbosa. Basically, they're not Captain Shark. These are the newest images. This guy was supposed to come out in May. I think it was April, and then it turned to May, and it still says it's available in May, but now we're in June. Awkward. So that kind of goes into the topic that we're going to get into a little bit later on. But newest pictures. He's going to be coming with a stand, obviously. I can't wait for this guy. I've pre-ordered him, I paid for him, and I'm just ready to have him in my hands.
Yeah, he looks good. I like that Triton. He doesn't really have a Triton in the series, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
It gives him like a really powerful stance.
Yeah, it is. It is nice.
Yeah.
The Mecha Ideas Demolition Crew 03 Piston and Gauntlet. Just some couple of new pictures of these guys. So I guess these are a little bit more closer to final.
Cool.
But you can see them here. Kind of a weird looking pose there, but it's all right, dude.
Kind of
he just looks. He looks like depressed or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he just found out again for the second time that he's not going to get released. Oh. And here's the other guy right here. So, I like the coloring on this. Very, very nice. This is like the first time we've been like really close up to kind of look at this guy. So, I do dig the coloring. And you don't see like a bunch of like screws or anything like that, showing all over the place. So just overall, a really nice figure.
Yeah, it does. It looks really nice. Can't wait to get Gauntlet because of the fact that Iron Fist is just horribly expensive to get an original official one. So it's going to be a nice substitute.
And Dakota Toys Kronos, not Masterpiece Jetfire, just some new images of this guy. Most of them in his jet mode because for some reason, they just never really. Well, we've only got a couple in his jet mode to look at, but there's one in robot anyway. And there is the underbelly, so you can get a little bit of an idea for the transformation. The section here is going to slide up in there. These are obviously the arms, the legs, and you can kind of get the general idea.
No landing gears.
That's what I was thinking. Now we can't really see anything to come out.
No landing gear.
And he's got his head right in his crotch. Or no, those are his arms. That's kind of weird. But yeah, it's weird than to have no landing gears. It's kind of a bummer.
And he obviously has a little port here for the Mashi stand or whatever. It's like a super strong one because the guy's huge and he's got die cast.
Yeah.
You're not gonna put him on the same one that you'd be using for your like little super robot Chigokin figures.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him on the top shelf either.
No, just set him on the floor like Fortnite. You can see some of the sliding mechanisms here. Also, some of the little panels that raise up, so you can get a little bit idea there for transformation. Everything's gonna play out. Dakota kind of pointed out that this is the one that they were assembling whenever they were smoking because it looks all yellow out throughout here.
Nice. Got a little bit of damage from the smoke. Right on.
And I guess if you want to put them in jet mode, this is how you're basically going to do it because didn't see any landing gear whatsoever with this guy. So.
Wow. Huh. Still looks really nice. I mean, to actually finally have a Skyfire that looks exactly like the show is really cool. But again, I'm probably going to stick with the Generations leader class Jetfire for now. I mean, I don't know when is this thing going to even come out? I mean, looking at all
God,
these
who knows,
pictures,
man?
I could probably re-engineer this and get it out before they even get it over here to U.S. shores. But it just seems
Did
weird.
you
The
say
back
they
looks
came out with
very
price yet?
ugly.
Yeah, it does. But that's with the
Is there,
backpack off and all that.
is
Yeah.
there a price list yet?
Oh yeah, I forget how much it is. It's up for pre-order at all your locations. So
Yeah. It's like in the 180, 190 range, I think. Something like
it's
that.
That's not
it's
bad
quite a
then.
bit. All right, the next thing, Bull Forms, a new third-party company. They are coming out with a not Minosaur. So they're going to come out with all the little guys here. Kind of a silhouette that's kind of like a little bit, line throughout here, but you can get a little bit of idea what things are going to look like. This is the same company that showed this off as what they intend for their Motormaster to look like. So a lot more G1 look to it than you had with the fans version.
Yeah.
And there's the new image of him, and this is the second one they released. And as you can see, it's the same thing as this. So this is going to be your breakdown, and it looks a little bit more comic. So they're
Cool.
kind of going for that G1 comic look for these guys.
I'd like to know what the size is going to be on these guys. Are they going to fit into the chug line? Are they going to be a little bit bigger? Or are they just going to like maybe replace your old school G1?
I'll message the guy.
But I do like it.
Because I added him too not too long ago. It's nice that someone else is going to be doing one.
Yeah. And call me old-fashioned. I like it when, we get an updated version of a combiner, but they stay true to the G1 kind of aesthetics. I like that. Not making it overly like...
Don't get too crazy out there.
Yeah.
Basically. All right, the next update is from your boy, Clone Droid. Always
Right.
be your side. The CD01 not Mastermind Creations Hexatron. The fact that you even have to say it's not the Mastermind Creations. So it's the knockoff, but they are going to be giving you a different head. So they've actually come up with their own head design here. It's not far off, but
Well.
there you go. So.
All right. I thought for a minute we get all those heads. I'm like, wow, but they're all the same. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, you can see there's the Hexatron one right here. On the second row, third one back, that's the Hexatron from Mastermind Creations. And so this is the ones that they're doing.
Find the real head out of all these. Nice.
All right, and for you Loot Crate, I don't even know what to call you. Getters? Loot Crate getters? But people that sign up for that thing, June, it said, will transform. So what their theme is going to be, looking from the picture here, it's going to be a van, or not a van, but a bus
Like a
that
correction
turns
bus.
into a robot. Yeah, it is. A prison bus. Jeez.
Nice. It's a prison bus. Hey. So what is this whole this
Loot Crate?
Loot Crate box thing? I mean, it's like a subscription and you get just random things a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, other people can probably describe it better than me, but basically every month they come out with a theme. Forget exactly how much it is. If I'm off by a couple of dollars, I apologize, but it's like $15 or something like that. Or you pay $15. It's a subscription, and let's say that like every month or like every other month or something like that, like you might get a T-shirt. This one they're probably not doing that because they're gonna give you probably the small transformer or whatever, but you'll get like a patch that you can sew on whatever your backpack if you wanted to, some stickers, maybe a tattoo, and a keychain, and it's just little odd and end little things.
Okay.
I think you're really kind of a big winner whenever you actually get a T-shirt, because then you can kind of like justify the price. But little temporary tattoos, patch, keychain. I mean, like you can only have so many keychains unless you're like that one guy. You know, that, like he's got like 100 keychains. I've never understood that, but you can hear them from like a mile away. It sounds like they've got like shackles on. It just
So all novelty items, essentially. Stuff you'd find like a Spencer's Gift, Hot Topics, or stuff like that.
Exactly, like little shot glasses and stuff like that.
All right.
Well, you can get like shirts and stuff from it. I know JT Mitchell, he always puts out his Nerd Block, which I'm guessing these are basically same concept, but for a few videos, I mean, he doesn't do them anymore, but for a few videos, he posted out, like, this is how much pretty much I spent, which was like 15, 20 bucks, whatever he paid for. Then he added up the price of how much they're pretty much all worth, and it was something like double the price, like 30, 40 bucks, if he, was to go out and buy them himself. So it's worth the money if you're into that kind of stuff, like what Josh said.
Yeah.
I like that. Looter bot or a Decepticrate. Nice. That was good.
All right, and fans want it. FW1-4 Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime Jetwing add-on. Some new pictures here.
Just a little too late, in my opinion. Looks good, but why did they wait so long to give us a jetpack?
It's kind of like that family member that like shows up on like December 10th, and it was just like, hey, what's up? I'm here for Thanksgiving. It's like, dude, like there's nothing. So,
nothing left. You were too late. Yeah.
Personally, I'll buy this, but I mean, I do agree with what you guys say. I mean, it is rather late. I mean, TF4 is pretty much coming out like now, so. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, on a good note, if you don't have your Revenge of the Fallen mold or your Amazon exclusive Jetwing Prime and whatnot, if you want to get either of those molds, you gotta see that people. Well, I mean, I don't know about US eBay, but if you look on like UK eBay, that's all you see now is like from old past movie toys. People getting rid of that for like the new movie toys. So you can probably pick this guy up for a little bit cheaper now, if you're lucky. So,
I mean, Fans Want It is a good company. I mean, I got their Ironhide set back, but that was back in the day. But man, this is too late. So
I just keep on laughing at the name because, I mean, say what you will, but fans want it. So
fans want
it. I'm sorry, fans want it.
So, oh well.
All right, now getting into, I think this is a cool little add-on. This is from Echo TF, Generations Hoist and Trail Cutter. Now, and before anyone says, like, isn't there a Shapeways or something like that? I don't know, but if there is, Echo TF usually buys that from them, or like it says, hey, we'll buy that and now we'll do it, under our banner. So if there is one, I don't know if there is, but I'm just saying that if there is a Shapeways version or someone thinks that they're still in their idea, Echo TF has always done a really good job of, we'll buy that idea from you. So, but you get these little foot plates, just because all he did have were these little, you can see that those just flip up, these little, I don't know, they're just little pointy shoes. And it makes them also a little bit taller as well, and a little bit more stable.
Right on. Super kick. Sumo and super kick. Nice.
It's subtle, but it's really effective.
The only thing is, when you can, I like how they tried to implement it into the vehicle. But it, I mean, it kind of looks like one of those U-Haul car totes things or whatever, it's where it's just like the little bitty piece, you put the front wheels in and you just take off. But it kind of makes sense with hoist there.
Yeah, it does.
Trailbreaker, maybe if it came with like a little mini jet ski or something, or a little four-wheeler put back there. But not too bad. Not too bad. And you can see that it makes them just a tad taller, so it's a little bit more in skill now with some of these larger deluxe figures.
And seeing as from Echo as well, you know the price is going to be dirt cheap. I mean, if you look at the Boostercus upgrade, all that stuff like, what, $30? I mean, 2 feet, it's probably like, what, $10 at the absolute most? So
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Oh, if there's any more than that, then it is going to be questionable, but... Doctor Wu.
Doctor Wu DWP21 Rambo add-on for Masterpiece G2 Sideswipe. You get the bandolier, you get the thigh, whatever thing, you get your grenades. Just a little update. So this is the way to go. I would not put those repro labels on my G2 Sideswipe. I just apply the ones that it came with, because if you want that G2 feel, then he's got the G2 colors, and then you get this. I think it's going to be a lot better looking, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. The only reason I could see doing the repro labels is if you're transforming it all the time, and you don't want to have to take that stuff off, on and off, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, this looks so much better.
The repro labels are also good about you can apply out and then you can take them off. So if you wanted to never use the originals, but you wanted to have that G2 look just in case you wanted, I don't know, keep your figure in higher value, or if you wanted to ever sell it again, you can always take the repro labels off because they're simple to do. They're really good quality stickers, and you can always have the originals in package. So I guess that's an idea. But the bandolier thing was, I thought that was horrible.
Yeah.
All right, the next little add-on, Spike Art, add-on for Unique Toys Manai King. They did a head, it looks like a crotch plate, and the pieces here for his cannon. I think the Dakota was like, unless it, you know, comes with like replacements for those ugly elbow joints or giving them elbow joints, then not interested. So.
Yeah.
Now you were thinking about getting this.
Well, if I see it at BotCon and I can actually, you know, have it in hand, and I really, you know, it doesn't have any loose, you know, joints and stuff, I may pick it up because it's a great chug piece for me. But those add-on kits don't really. I mean, does it really need those add-on stuff? I mean, is the crotch that bad?
I didn't think so.
Or the actual fusion cannon? I mean, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I like the fusion cannon. It's a nice take. It's not like straight up copying pretty much what this is doing, trying to go for pure. This is more or less what the G1 cannon was, a fusion cannon. But this is like he did it. Whoever made it did it in their own little flair with it. I mean, I completely get the whole head. I mean, if you gotta have the head. The head, just from what I can see from drawings, it looks very G1-esque. I like that aspect of it, but
yeah,
I don't know. Like you said, with the cannon and I mean, the crotch plate is like kind of just chucked in there, just like, oh, we'll just chuck that in just to justify the price of it.
Oh. All right, and last thing, the BotCon schedule of events. We'll cover more on this next week, but it is up if you guys want to take a look at it. So just letting you guys know there.
Sweet.
All right, you want to catch us up on comments before getting to the topic here?
Yeah. Dalton says, I love that Echo TF upgrade, especially paired with the X-Transbot upgrade. I'd get it. He also says, fans want it. I'm a fan. I don't want it. And then he goes into what the Loot Crate basically are, their theme boxes of goodies and such. And then Charles states, man, that Optimus Prime pen really looks good. And really liking the world's smallest War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron Ironhide. And
I think it's going to be quite popular.
That's about it that I have here. So.
All right, so this week's topic, are third parties overextending? And kind of what I meant by that is, you see Make Toys, if you've watched the past couple Cybercasts, that they are just coming out with a ton here. That they've kind of showed off. You also get, for example, Warbitron. They said that they're going to be coming out with the first 2 figures in April, the next 2 in May, and then in June they're going to be coming out with the Onslaught figure. So in that 3-month period, you're going to have all 5 figures and be able to combine them. That's not the way it turned out. Here we are in June, and they've just now started showing off the second figure. So they're obviously not hitting their timetable that they wanted to. You look at Fans Project, and what's going on with my camera here? Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. You look at Fans Project, and it's been a long time since we've got one of their headmasters. The last one that we got was Smart Robin, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
It's either the Weird Wolf or Smart Robin. But so we've only got the 3, and that was a long time ago. We've been waiting for a while, and we saw those images or prototypes of Mindwipe, or whatever they're going to call them, and we really haven't heard anything since then. And the pre-orders haven't gone up. We haven't seen or heard any news in a while, and that's where I kind of get into, are they overextending themselves? Should they maybe kind of concentrate on, here's 1, 2, 3 things, and this is what we want to kind of project for the date. Add an extra month, because you're never on time with these third-party things, and just be like, that's that. Instead of, here's a lineup of 10, 12 things, and then just work a little here, a little bit here and here. So just kind of your thoughts on that. And what are the benefits, or how do you think it affects our Transformer community or third-party people?
For
Jaim,
me,
whoever. Okay.
I think that it would be nice to actually have a little bit of a better time schedule, because third-party figures are expensive. It'd be nice to know, hey, I'm putting aside $200 for, let's say, Scoria. We know Scoria is out. It's just for some reason it hasn't hit U.S. shores completely, and that's $200 right there. And it would be nice. It was supposed to originally come out back in April.
I think it was
or
actually
March.
March. At one time,
Yeah.
in March,
Yeah, it was
when
March,
the first one up for pre-order. Then they changed it to April, and then the latest it's been May, and then now June, and we know it's going to come out.
Yeah.
Here in the next week, and that's another thing. But I'll let finish on what you were saying.
Well, it's just with that instance. If you happen to pay for it right away, you don't have $200 anymore, and you're waiting 3-4 months for that figure to come out, and it's just okay, come on. Go back to BTS Nova Lord. That thing was supposed to come out in February or March also, and it got pushed back. Yeah. Now we haven't even heard of them, anything from them, and that's their only figure, I thought, that they're doing, and it's kind of odd. If you are a startup third-party company, you kind of gotta stick to some guidelines. If you're gonna put out a figure, put out the figure, because you need your foot in the door. But it's just kind of odd to see Fans Project or Mastermind Creation, where they're good at what they do, but it seems like they jump the gun and they tell us, oh hey, Mastermind Creation's coming out with an Overlord. No, we gave you some teasers, but that's not gonna happen for a while. And they have they're starting to have this kind of history of, well, are we going to get all the Predaking figures, the Predacons? Are they all going to come out within this year? It seems like they're coming out 1, 2, maybe 3 months at a time, or maybe now it's going to be 5 months. It just seems odd that it would be nice for a collector. For me, I would like to know how much money is going to be going into third party. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just getting kind of confusing, but it would be nice, because I don't want to be spending $600, $700, almost $1,000 in pre-orders on third-party stuff to know that, oh, it's going to be pushed back another 3 months. Oh, now masterpieces are coming out, so now I'm gonna have to juggle like, well, I don't want these third parties. I want masterpiece, and those are gonna be coming out. So it's like, sorry guys, you're not gonna get my business.
It's really annoying because if they keep pushing it back and back and back, you gotta think how much interest they build on it, on all that, keeping people's money, not using it straight away to pay for like bills and whatnot. That's just sit up for pre-order. Like there's similar things, not going too far off topic, but you've got stuff like Epic Weapons, if anyone's ever heard of them. And it's like my brother paid like, I think it works out in your money, like $600, something like that, for a Frostmourne sword, which is basically something of some character's sword. And it's a proper full-on replica and everything, and it's now 2 years. Well, for a year it was like pushed back, and then he turned around to him and said, "Oh, sorry, we actually sold them all, and we don't have any left." So he was like, "Well, what the hell?" And yeah, but we're going further into that. Basically, my point is like they keep pushing it and pushing it back. It's like you're making more money than just $200 of what you're giving them. You know, you think of all the people, say like 1,000 people buying that product, and they push it back, say 6 months. That's 6 months more interest what they're making from what they originally were. Which, God, I mean, I could just pay just for the transportation fees or something. I mean,
that's going to not the manufacturer. That's going to the store. So I mean that like your Capture Prey, your Big Bad Toy Stores, your TF stores, you know, they don't have any control over that. But you know, I think to kind of like take from both points what you guys were saying is, you know, I pre-ordered and I've paid for because I know you can do pre-orders a couple of different ways. You can hit that pre-order button, and when it comes in, they'll charge you. Or you can go ahead and pay for the pre-order up front. So I do the pre-order, you pay up front, so now that's mine. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So it doesn't really mess with my finances because I'm not, until I'm ready to pay for it, you know, that until I can afford it, that's when I'll pay for it. But here's where it kind of sucks is Scoria, Fans Toy Scoria, or basically the Masterpiece Slag, supposed to be coming out next week. Now, Capture Prey is going to be, that's who I went through, they're going to be at BotCon. I'm going to be at BotCon, and I messaged them last night as well. I said, I want to make sure that you guys aren't, like, there's not someone staying behind and shipping these things out, because I've well, at least probably like 20, 30 times told all the delivery people, quit leaving crap on my front door. You know, because I, you know, they leave it there at like noon, and I'm asleep because I work nights, and it just sits out there all night until like 8 p.m. when I walk out to go ready to get to work. And sometimes it rains, and then sometimes I'll set it on top of the water sprinkler, and I'm just like, it ruined my package, and I'm just like, I don't need this stuff coming when I'm at BotCon, because it'll sit out there all week until someone steals it.
Yeah.
And they said that, you know, they're not going to, but it would have been nice to know that this is when it's actually really coming out, and they'll probably have stock at BotCon to where I could have just bought it right there. Yep. You know, instead, they're going to another convention afterwards to where from, I think it's like the 15th until like the end of the month, they're not shipping out anything, because they're going to all these conventions. So it's coming out, I'm going to get it before BotCon, or it's, you know, like next month is when I'll get it.
July.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm going to be a bit behind, but it would have been nice to know exactly when those things were going to be coming out, so that I could, you know, plan accordingly, and I could just save that money. I could have bought it there. You know, pre-ordered the KFC Captain Shark. Instead of pre-ordering it, I might have been able to pick it up there, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So it's just more money for BotCon.
It's just, it would be, I mean, I understand we would love for these companies to tell the fans, hey, it's going to be delayed. That would be like a perfect world. We know that that's not. I mean, the businesses don't do that. They don't operate that way. But it would be nice. I mean, third party to me is fan-based, so you would think that you would take that into consideration. We know things happen. DACA Toys, pieces were, you know, coming out of the production line faulty, so they had to go back and, you know, redo it and all this kind of stuff. But it's like, it would be nice to actually have, okay, we have a set date. It's going to be coming out on this date. Your e-tailers in the United States, like Big Bad Toy Store, Capture Print, all that kind of stuff, will get them by the end of, June or something. Something to that nature. That would be actually really nice, just to keep us informed on, like, if they had a Facebook page, all that type of stuff. I think it would make it a better rapport between the customer, the fans, with the company. We'd actually appreciate that more. We'd give them more business, or know that, oh, I'm going after that. I don't care about, like, the other third parties, because these guys know what the fans want, but they're also true to the fans, and they appreciate us.
Mm.
So, but, that's a perfect world, but that's not going to happen.
Kind of closing. The whole thing is, overextending yourself. So whenever you tease the mind wipe or whatever, fans project mind wipe, you had a peak of interest at that point.
Mm.
Come out with a thing, finish it, and come out with it close to that date, and don't work on 10 other different things. Come out with that close to that date, and you're going to end up selling more. To where, some people, they've already forgot about it. That's the thing. It's just whenever you come out, you reveal stuff. Maybe you do a silhouette, kind of tease or whatever, and then you're like, here's the first prototypes. Work really hard on finishing that up and get it out to the public as soon as possible, because you're only going to sell a lot more that way. Versus, like the BTS toys, I believe it is what it was. Overlord.
No,
what if they just popped up for pre-order and they're coming out next month? And just bam. What do you guys think? Like, until you brought it up, I completely forgot all about them. Because it's been so long since we've looked at anything from them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you need to come out at that peak of popularity. Go ahead and finish up your product, and then start working on the next project.
Yeah. Stop doing combiners. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's starting to really tick me off about third parties. Like, oh, we have this great figure that's coming out. We're going to scratch that, and we're going to go and do a combiner, because everyone else is doing the combiners, and we got to, be with the rest of the third parties and give them competition. It's like,
Warbitron actually skipped WBO2 Minosaur so that they could do WBO3 Computron to kind of compete with Mikey Toys. So that's what a lot of this is going down, is just a lot of competing for business. I get it. I get it. They're like, if we don't come out at the same time, then we're going to be losing some of those sales to these other companies. So we want, they're not going to buy the Mikey Toys, and then we're like, hey, we're coming out with ours. And some people, they'll sell theirs off, or they'll keep it and they'll buy theirs. But they're like, there's going to be some people that are like, oh, I already got one, So
yeah,
and that could have been our money. So I get it, but at the same time, it's stay true. Just these timelines. So.
Yeah, we have a comment real quickly here. Just real quick, Deck here says, when a third party like Mastermind Creation who communicate about the reasons behind a delay, do you find yourself accepting it easier? Goes on with
like whenever they say it on their Facebook page and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I like because I follow all of them, and I have a lot of them added, to my friends and stuff like that. So. I like the companies that will come out and be like, hey, this is what's going on, and you actually start to kind of attach yourself with the company a little bit more. I've noticed that with a new third-party company, Gigapower, to where they're very interactive with their fans on their Facebook page, and so even though they haven't even come out with a product yet, and you can see how interactive they are with the fans, not with toy supplier, TF Source, Capture Prey or anything, but with us, the actual fans, the people that are buying their products, and find out exactly, what we want, and how they can improve, and if there's any type of delay, to where we're hearing it from them first versus we're hearing it from secondhand from the person that we're putting in the pre-order from. I think it's a lot more acceptable, and you're just kind of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing is, with like the whole companies, there's so many things to take in consideration. I mean, how many times have myself, you guys, or anyone else has said, "Oh, what's that company?" And you're like, yeah, they make good quality stuff. I mean, come on, that's pretty much like 99% of whatever's out there, unless they go bust on their first run. So, what is there to differentiate, if that's the right word, between these companies, which is pretty much feedback and just communication skills? Is you look at, say, if you talk about Planet X, it's like, what's the last thing you know about Planet X? It's like, when they did the voting system, okay, I mean, the voting system, it doesn't really work if you're going to be honest with yourselves, because half the people are probably voting and they're never going to buy it anyway. But with Gigapower and whatnot, it's like, they just put random updates, and they're very, very active. I don't know what they like on the whole Twitter world, neck of the woods sort of thing, but on Facebook, like you said, I mean, they're very, very active. And just touching on the whole thing with like combiners coming out, it's old because Hercules, awesome. Make toys, oh, okay, we got another one. But now you've got all these companies that are coming out, and they're all doing like the same sort of thing. So people like me are sitting back, it's like, right, I've just seen like 4 or 5 Predakings out, so it's like, I'm just going to sit back and wait and see if anyone else has got them, and wait to the very last one, then wait a little bit extra time. It's like, right, okay, so making up my mind, I'll probably get this one, but because I've waited so long, can no longer get them from, say, Kapow Toys, Big Bad Toys, or wherever you're going to get them from. So now the place you get it from is eBay. I know, like, a lot of people, especially on like some forums, like I was going to say World Tanks, and like on Transformers European collection on collectors, sorry, on Facebook, is a lot of them have the same ideas. Like, they just sit back and just wait and see what comes out. It's like, right, if someone's coming out with like the Computron, it's like, okay, it's obvious at least like 3 versions of that's going to be coming out. So let's just wait for the 3rd version or even the 2nd. We've already seen 2 now. So, you know, to make it somewhat kind of sense, it's like, you know, there's going to be probably another one. It's going to be another race. So that's going to, I think, affect it business-wise as well on the end run. If you're not able to actually get it direct from them because you're waiting so long to see who else does it, you're going to resort to 2nd or 3rd party other sort of business, which is eBay or buy it now, bid, different sites. So,
well, here's the other thing on third-party figures is, you know, when they first kind of started off, they were kind of demanding a little bit more money than what you would initially pay for them at retail.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you're having to discount those things, you know, because they're overpriced, and, you know, Masterpiece are coming out, and they're doing a fine job there, and, you know, they're about the same price or even cheaper, and
yeah.
You look online and people are just like, yeah, you know, I'll discount it this amount of money, you know, if you just please buy this, or something better will come out, so they're selling theirs again. And so if you're willing to sit back and just kind of, like you said, see how it all plays out, and then you get 3 or 4 of them out there that are all kind of competing for business, and even though some do like early bird stuff, eventually the fans are going to get a little tired, or that new thing is coming out, and they're like, all right, need to sell this so I can buy that, or I looked at this for a while, and you can pick up the thing for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, and most of the collectors, I mean, it's not like they're 4-year-old kids. I mean, they don't like sit there and play with their toys and transform it like 100 times a day or anything like that. So, in most instance, it's going to have the box and be in good condition. So.
The thing is that when third parties first came out, they were really unique. You know, they were something that you kind of wanted to get. Now you look at third parties and you're thinking, okay, there's a Computron. Now you don't think, oh, that's really unique. Oh, I want to get that. No, you're thinking now, who's the next third party that's going to come out with the Computron? Who's the other party that's going to come out with the Computron? Which one should I go after? Is this one going to be better? Is this one? It's all the competition now, opposed to before. I just wanted like really unique stuff that we could only get from third-party companies. but yet they're not going with that anymore. They're going more towards, competing with one another, which is good. I mean, it's good for the fans because we get, some differences, especially in the Predikings, Mastermind Creation versus the Ares from TFC, all that type of stuff. But I do miss those days where we got that unique third-party figure that no one else is doing, and it's just them. And it's like, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about this and that, and I can just pick it up. But now I feel all the time, okay, they're doing the Dinobots. Okay, who else is doing the Dinobots? Okay, they are. Okay, well, it's that type of mind frame that I have now, or mindset. So I don't know. There you go. That's all I got on this.
We'll go ahead and end it there, guys. There is going to be an aftercast, so you guys watching, if you would want to catch more of the conversation or also be on the aftercast,
there is.
While we do the outro, James, why don't you go ahead and tell people how they can get on the show?
You can get on the show by PayPaling me a lot of money. But be a member of our website at www.cybercastnetwork.com. It's free. Just sign up and be a subscriber. It starts at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I will send out the invites a half hour before the show starts, so we can get all the technical issues. Try and have all your technical issues out of the way. Make sure your mic's working, all that kind of stuff, because if it's not working, chances are you're just going to get booted, because we need to be able to keep the flow going. And that's about it. So, but I'm Jaim, VictorySaber77. Find me YouTube, Twitter. That's it. So,
Chris?
You can find me Barrett Prime Games on Facebook. I was going to say the Facebook then. On Facebook, YouTube, and just look up World of Tanks news, and I'll be somewhere in that section of the woods, pretty much. So yeah.
All right, and you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, G1Hextron. And you can also like my Facebook page, the G1 Hextron. You can follow us on our community channels, obviously the website, www.cybercastnetwork.com. Everything we discuss today can be located on our website. We also have our Facebook page, Cybercast Network. We also have our YouTube channel, Cybercast Network, so be sure to subscribe and like there. And follow us on Twitter at CybercastNet. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you on the Aftercast. And next week will be our pre-BotCon show. Like I said, I'm going to be going to ACON tomorrow, so I'm going to be uploading, it'll probably be Monday, be uploading some of the footage from the convention. And all our BotCon convention stuff, dealer room, cosplay, any interviews if we do that, or panels if we can record anything in those locations, and our trip to Universal Studios. All that is going to be located on Cybercast Network. So if you want to see any of that, that's where you need to subscribe there. So thanks a lot for watching. Catch you guys later. Peace.
Bye.